Here's the question. Why did God create the tree in the garden? Was it to set us up for failure? See, this is a fantastic question. It's the same one that I asked myself many years ago in my early 20s. It was enough for me to question God in my youth about how could He put us in this position and clearly set us up for a trap that He knows that we're going to fall into. How can this be a loving God? But God graciously over the years has allowed me to grow in my faith and trust in Him and His Word. Here's the answer I see the Bible teaching us. I see the answer needing two steps to explain. The first step to answer this question is to think about the function of the tree in itself. The tree is in the garden for one clear purpose that we can see. God separating Himself as master and humanity as His servants. Obedience is what is required here, not just simple blind obedience, but an obedience based upon the amazing blessings of the garden in itself. Think about it. Communing with God, unashamed and a sinless lifestyle, no pain, no suffering, no destruction, no death. He had placed humanity in a place where it was absolutely clear how much He loved us and how much He cared for us. God did not place us in a place of compromise. Everything was incredibly abundant. Now, for the second step of the answer, God does not tempt. Only the tempter does. James chapter 1 verse 13 says, "Let no one say when he is tempted, I am being tempted by God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, and He Himself tempts no one." Rather, what we see in the Bible is that it is a serpent that tempts. In Genesis chapter 3, when he asks the question, did God actually say? It was humanity's own responsibility not to fall into this temptation, a trap that we all fell into. So here's a summary to my long answer. The tree represents our relationship with God as servant and master. God blessed us humanity with abundance of everything. It was not God who tempted man, but the serpent that tempted man. In all our abundance, Adam and Eve still committed the sin. Here's a difficult takeaway I hope you hear me say clearly, not just to you, but also to myself from all those years ago. This question in itself is a means to shift the blame from our own misconduct to someone else. Maybe it was not Adam's fault, but God's fault. He put the tree there. We have to be careful not to shift the blame, just like Adam did, just like Eve did, and now we could find ourselves doing the same. Ready? To put me in energy. All right, you want to scroll up for me? Yeah.